Dan Marino joins us now. So congrats for giving us less of Fritzy there, Dan.
Thank you, Dan. How's it going, everybody?
Everything
Good for Fritzy. That team's done a great job. That's awesome. That's great.
Do you know that Fritzy didn't like you until last month? That he's a John Elway apologist. That he hated you.
That is so.
Well, I hope he loves me now.
He does love you now. But whenever I bring up Marino, I said Marino was running the spread before anybody was. Yeah, but Elway was a better quarterback.
Why
Right.
does loving John Elway mean hating Dan Marino?
Well, I love John too, man. John's great. You kidding me?
But were you?
But how you guys doing? Good. So that's exciting, Fritzy. So when is the bar mitzvah though?
Bar mitzvah is October 3rd.
Oh, God.
Oh man, so you got make sure you got to keep it off. Lose more.
I'd like to lose at least. I'd like to lose another 10, and then obviously, like you said, it's got to stay off over the next.
Are you
months.
planning on going to the bar mitzvah, Dan?
What was the bet? I don't know. Where's the bar mitzvah?
The bar
Is it in Fort Lauderdale where I live?
No, Fritzy, would you take the bar mitzvah to Dan Marino?
If Dan Marino was going to show up, we would have to seriously consider that. And until then, we'd have to figure out how to get him to Connecticut. That's where it's currently based.
Oh man.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
That's great.
That's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Did you realize
But,
you were running a spread offense at the time? I mean, we didn't call it that, but your offense with Miami isn't that what's being run now in colleges? And
Yeah, similar, but we didn't do it like every play like they do now, pretty much. And the Dolphins run a lot of that too, and stuff we see in college. We ran some of that no huddle stuff. 4 wide receivers. Some empty backfield, which they do a lot of now in college and in the pros. But we didn't do it on on that consistent basis. But we would do it. I would say probably 30% of the time, 40% of the time.
what has changed more, the quarterbacking position or the wide receivers with these spread offenses?
I think, wow, good question. It's probably, the quarterback has more opportunities, I would say, to run the football now with the spread offense, with this, what they call as a read option, where they'll either give it to the back or they'll keep it as they look at the end on the line of scrimmage and either run it outside. You see guys doing that today. Russell Wilson does it a lot. Ryan Tannehill, our guy, does it. The Dolphins guy does it. Pretty often, he'll run it 5-6 times a game. So I guess I would say because of that reason, the quarterback position is, from the spread offense has changed because of that.
Are you capable of looking at a kid and saying how he'll project to the NFL as a quarterback?
Me personally, I think I could give a pretty good idea. I guess it's all about the size and how you see a guy throw the football. I think it's more important to see someone. You can watch him on film, you look at tape, and also you look at to see him in person. I think would be the best way to evaluate someone. Are
you sold on Jameis Winston?
I think James is going to be a great player in the league. I do. I think he will be. As far as learning, hopefully he's learned from the things he's been involved with, in his years there at Florida State. But he's a big kid. He got a strong arm. He shows a lot of resilience as far as coming from behind in games and winning games, and he's under the microscope a lot. So I think he'll be fine.
Do you want your quarterback to be cocky?
Sorry?
You want your quarterback to be cocky?
Well, I think, Pat, or Dan, to a certain extent, you want a guy to have a little bit of an ego, I'd say, just to be proud of what he's doing. And you're a little cocky too, right, Dan? I mean, you got a little ego to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that,
no.
Right? You should. I think they should have some. You got to have some kind of ego a little bit.
Yeah. But Mariota doesn't, like, he may have it in just how he plays, but not sort of how he acts or what he says. It's sort of a different type of swagger to him.
And there's nothing wrong with that, but I'm sure he believes in everything he's doing and what he's doing, and it probably will come across. But you don't have to publicly talk that way to have a little bit of a edge to you as far as how you believe in yourself and you want the people around you to believe in you too.
Dan Marino joining us on behalf of Nutrisystem. Lose 5 pounds and 1 inch off your waist in your first week with their Fast 5 program. Find out more at Nutrisystem.com.
He did the Fast 5. Did
Fritzy?
did the Fast 5, right?
I did. I started out with the shakes, and then I'm on the program, making sure I'm not snacking late and having the.
He did the Fast 5 in the slow 30, Dan.
Oh man. So how's everything else going, Dan? All right.
No complaints. No complaints. How's your hair right now? How's it looking?
My hair is perfect. Actually, I just got a haircut, so it's really nice. Thank you for asking.
How much do you pay for your hair? Okay, over under how much Dan Marino pays for a haircut. Paulie set the over under.
Vegas set the over under at $55 for Dan Marino's haircut.
Okay,
a standard weekly haircut
with tip.
No, that's the price of the haircut.
Price of the haircut. Who is going over $55 for Dan Marino? McLovin is, Fritzy is, Paulie is.
I got it about 45.
I'm going under. I think Marino's about a $35 haircut guy.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny. So we want to know how much I pay?
Yeah.
So it's $20.
There you go.
Yep.
So plus tip, it's right there.
You guys are way over.
Yep.
Way over.
Hey, I can tell when you don't have to do much. I mean, that's what I noticed right there. I mean, it's there.
It's just quick. Yeah, it's quick.
Hell
you don't
yeah.
have to do much.
Okay, do you go to a barber or do you go to a salon or a stylist?
A barber.
Look at that. Dan Marino is one of the regular guys there.
What a man.
The regular barber, yeah, man. You can even get a shave there and everything else
Nice.
if you want. I don't do that.
I like that.
You know.
I like that. Elway's not doing that. Elway goes to a stylist, I'll bet you.
John probably has someone come to his office and cut his hair. I doubt that, but I'm just making it up.
What kind of baseball player were you?
No, I was pretty good, Dan. I was, I got drafted by the Kansas City Royals out of high school. So I mean, they must have thought something about me. I was a fourth round pick, and also playing football too. But I felt like I could have had a chance to make it to the bigs. I'd have a chance, I think.
Well, you got Russell Wilson, who says he hasn't ruled out playing both sports. What do you think about that?
I think if it's in his heart, he feels like he can do it, and he's good enough to do it, he should.
Great to visit with you. We'll let you know when Fritzy loses. What's the goal here, Fritzy?
I'd like to probably lose a good 10 more pounds or so.
10 more.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you lose 40.
So what's the bet? But what does Dan? Do you have a bet with
Fritzy?
Fritzy? Yeah. Is there some kind of bet?
No. I think he was saying that if he lost a certain amount, that I would say it was okay for him to reach out for you to do a video for his son's bar mitzvah. But
correct.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. No, yeah. Okay, that's no problem with me.
All
no problem.
Danny, good to visit with you again.
All right, guys. You guys take care. Thanks.
And that's Dan Marino joining us on behalf of Nutrisystem.